7:30 a.m. 103.9 FM, Jocks, Huntsville. This is Off the Bench, and we're out here at the Kick It for Dana charity kickball tournament, having a wonderful time here. Just getting set up here this morning. Going to watch some kickball games, of course, and support the ones who need it most in the community here. We are joined today, sitting over here to my left, is Mojo from WZYP. Mojo, how's it going today?
Cold.
It is cold.
It's good, though.
It is very cold. Of course, we have Richie just sitting off here right outside the camera view. And then Pops across the board over there behind the camera.
Good morning.
Walker back at the studio helping us out, of course, holding down the fort. And we're getting ready to just have another action-packed Saturday in the fall here with college football going on. But first things first over here today, the Kick It for Dana charity kickball tournament is we're here. And you guys can go check out the Facebook page at Off the Bench. On our socials there, that's pinned to the top. You can go check out all the information. Come out, hang out with us. We're over here on Kiwanis Soccer Field, on off Bob Wallace in Huntsville. You can come meet us. You can come watch it and support Dana as she's fighting this brave battle. You can also, if you cannot make it, you can go check out the GoFundMe over there on the Facebook page as well. And we could all just hope and pray for our community here as we're all just hanging out here, having some fun. So, getting to college football Saturday today, of course, the momentous amount of games today, but James Franklin possibly at Virginia Tech.
Makes sense to me. Just going to be honest with you.
It's a move that, Virginia Tech hasn't invested fully into college football since Frank Beamer.
Oh, come on now. Don't sit there. And that's like making me and Mojo feel a little old right there.
Who's been?
I don't need any help feeling old. I got it.
Who has been there at Virginia Tech since Frank Beamer?
I can't tell you a coach.
Okay, because they just haven't fully invested in it. Now they're going down this route, possibly going to get Franklin. Franklin's a guy that can win a national title.
Can he?
Okay? Yeah, I think he can.
Can he win the big game? Because historically, no, he can't.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. Right, we said the same thing about Ryan Day, and now he's got the number one team in the country.
Very true, but he still hasn't beat Michigan.
I was just about to say he still hadn't won anything yet.
Yeah, that's what Kelsey was sitting there saying he can do it at VT. He didn't do it at Penn State.
You're in an ACC conference that is weaker than I'll get out right now. Georgia Tech is leading that conference as we speak right now.
Okay? Yellow Jackets.
Not saying that he shouldn't or that he couldn't, but he has not yet done it.
Yes, he has not yet done it. But okay, maybe a little bit of a fuller investment here from Virginia Tech. Along with NIL, there's more things that go into this, and if Franklin can get the coaching hiring right, if we're projecting him to go to Virginia Tech, there's a lot of upside here for Virginia Tech, especially with how weak the ACC is.
This has a very similar feel to the Kiffin at Ole Miss. Ole Miss is very happy with a 9-3, 10-2 finish to the season, make the playoffs every 7-8 years and move on. He goes to the playoffs at Virginia Tech. They may put up a statue of him just for making the playoffs.
Yes, and that's the whole ordeal here. We could say the same thing about Kiffin, right? Like you're talking about with Kiffin, right? If he stays at Ole Miss, okay, rather than making that bigger jump to Florida with a bigger history, he wouldn't get that statue as fast,
Right.
There's your perspective with it, right? Okay, so and other things going around the country, LSU and this whole coaching hiring process that's kind of turned into a whole cluster deal here on how it's working out. They fired the athletic director.
Yes.
Okay. Same guy who hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M and now Brian Kelly at LSU. So his name's kind of got a thorn beside it. You can also sit there and say, why is LSU going down this route, almost a desperate route of trying to find this new head coach, and in a way, they're going to cut a corner, it seems, to try to invest heavily right now, put more money into what you've already put into Brian Kelly, because it was a $100 million buyout with his buyout plus the staff. Okay, so we keep going through it, and we're going to get to a point, I think, where they're not going to be happy with their next head coach.
Absolutely not. I mean, the entire program has figured out, you just use the word cluster. There's several other words that can go along with that to what they have done to, but we're on radio, so I'm going to refrain from saying any of those. But I mean, this has turned political. The governor is doing a press conference where he's talking about that he's going to create the group that's going to go and find the next head coach, and basically it's up to him. And which, I mean, technically it is a state employee. So, but they've turned this from we're looking for the head coach of LSU to we're looking for the next lieutenant governor. I mean, Alabama has turned football into politics with everybody and their brother running for every position possible. But Louisiana State University has turned this thing just all kinds of upside down.
Hey, Mojo, what about you? I think you've done some coaching before. Are you interested in this position?
No. No, my coaching is youth coaching, and that's
you wouldn't take the advantage of being an LSU coach, because me and Richie were talking about before this, and we were saying that it's kind of like, in a way, with how it's turning into, it's with all the pressure that's going to be put on you at LSU. Okay, and just from being the LSU coach, but now the governor is trying to hire you to be the next coach of Louisiana State football. Okay, it's kind of like going to the gas pump. Okay, and you put in your card and it's saying, "Please see cashier." Well, you're going to restart that because you don't want to go in a gas station. You didn't feel like doing that anyways, right? Okay, and you're going to restart it till it works, or you're going to go to another pump.
Got you. Look, I was happy just being the Nick Saban of Monrovia sports. I'll stay there.
I can attest to that. I coached a few baseball games against this guy over here. And,
you never coached basketball against him?
Never coached basketball against him, but I did not like coaching against him.
It was two seasons of basketball in Monrovia.
Oh, yeah.
We only lost one game in 2 seasons there. We lost.
It's because he cherry picked the whole time.
The very first game that we lost, I told my boys, I said, that's on me. I got out coached. I said, it'll never happen again. And we never lost another game.
Wow. Listen to Tebow here.
Look, I stopped when I was ahead, though. I won championships in baseball. I won championships in basketball. I won championships in football over there. And then my boys aged out, and I was like, I'm done.
He doesn't want to take the pay cut to go be LSU's head coach.
It would be a pay cut.
The pay cut will be, $50 million next coach.
Well,
I mean, he's got some sort of little radio program that he's gotten going pretty good. So,
So, Kelsey, John Paul on the socials, I'm hearing that Nick is getting closer to becoming LSU's coach again.
Never going to happen. Nick's done coaching.
Okay.
You can go out there, and you're what LSU's going to do is, you're going to make him say no. Okay. You're not going to let any stone left unturned here. Okay. You're going to go out there, present him with the money. Okay. Saban's going to hope the Miss Terry don't find out, because when she sees that money, she's going to be all over it.
Is it possibly as much as I've heard rumors, stupid rumors. Now, who knows with AI and everything you got going on today, 4 years, $100 million is what they could possibly offer him.
So I've heard that, but I've also had 3 for 75.
Yeah, which, I mean, either way you look at it, it's 25 mil.
ESPN's paying him 11.
Saban comes back?
No way.
For 75 mil for 3 years?
Look, he's got more mills than he can spend.
Yeah, but you got to think about all his endorsements right now and everything going on. He probably makes $75 million.
Well, he's got Geico.
That's not going away.
No, it's not going away. But why are you going to put more?
This field in Tuscaloosa named after him too? I mean, you don't want to tarnish any of that at this point.
That's true.
I mean, just take your millions, man.
There is something to be said about if he was to take it and not have the success that he has historically had. Is that the Bill Belichick and taint the history?
Exactly right. And what if he were to take LSU? The job there.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Come to Tuscaloosa.
Oh man,
play on his own field, right? As the opposing coach.
Oh man, we haven't even talked about that.
We haven't,
and we have brought this topic up so many times in the last couple of weeks that we have not talked about.
Yeah, can you imagine coming to Nick Saban Field as the head coach of LSU?
Oh gosh,
come on.
Do the fans boo or cheer or?
I don't know. That would be a weird dynamic in there.
Boo.
Yeah, it's
like slow golf clap with a little bit of booing.
We could call a timeout.
Call a timeout too, I guess. Timeout. This ain't working.
Yeah,
I didn't call a timeout. What are you talking about? No, that would be the weirdest dynamic in college football.
That's such a great point. To rename the field.
Well,
if he takes the head coaching job,
would just be back to Bryant-Denny Stadium.
I mean, yeah, you just rename the field, or just
I think you still you can't. Yeah,
take a statue down. What do you do?
So a couple more coaching news around the country here. It seems that Jeremy Pruitt, back in college football, NCAA allowed it. He's going to be going to Jacksonville State
as basically an analyst.
Analyst, yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to gain that trust back. Although, do you want to switch from high school head coach to analyst at a high tiered high school head coach?
That's money.
I mean, it's money. 100% it's money.
I mean, sure. I'm sure he's a great high school coach wherever he may be.
Yeah.
But, you get an opportunity to come back into college, even as an analyst. Look at Sark, what he did at Alabama when he got the opportunity to come back as an analyst.
He wasn't an analyst.
Or whatever he was at Alabama. No.
We made a trade with the Falcons.
He was not.
Didn't he come in as the analyst for like the last 2 games of the season?
Oh, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly did.
Those were during your youth days. You didn't understand all that stuff.
Oh, my youth days.
It's just another transition. If you were to take that and be an analyst, again, you're even as an analyst, your name is still out there now.
Yes.
And people are talking about you and those kind of things. And then, you get these schools that need a coach or whatever. They get, hey, guess who I just saw, or just what, make a great coach. And so they go and they get him back. Yeah, going from high school coach to an analyst is a great job, in my opinion. I mean, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
So, Kels, let me bring up this question, though. I mean, what does it say about the state of college football, though, when you bring back somebody like Pruitt that got in the trouble that he got into?
It's, in a way, the NCAA, again, loses credibility, okay? I think that's exactly what it is, okay? We go back to Reggie Bush's situation. He finally got his Heisman back. The NCAA gave in. Michigan didn't get crap for a punishment. Okay, I'm pretty sure Central Michigan got worse of a punishment than Michigan for allowing them on the sidelines during the game.
Look at Paterno at Arkansas.
I mean, yeah, that tells you a lot about that. Every one of these head coaching positions, we've had head coaching positions come open from everywhere from the State College, Pennsylvania, down to Louisiana, and the same 4 names are being thrown out. Like you telling me that's the pool of coaches we have to look for. So therefore, you bring back Pruitt as a analyst because deep down inside, he's actually a decent coach that did some really stupid stuff. But
it would be legal now.
That would be legal now. And by the way, you said something about the NCAA losing credibility. It's hard to lose something you don't have.
Well, that's very true. But hold on, are you making the claim here that there's not a lot of quality in these head coaching candidates around the country?
Okay.
Because that's been a real trend the last couple of weeks.
Quantity. I think there is some decent quality. There's no quantity. I mean,
or there is, we just don't know about it yet, or it's not being out in the front. People are bringing it forward.
I mean, I even heard Lane Kiffin's name get thrown as an NFL coach this week.
I mean, we've heard about Steve Sarkisian on that too.
Yeah. So, let's say this. Stark goes to the NFL. Lane goes to the NFL.
Yeah.
Half of the list of coaches that we've talked about over the last 3 weeks taking half of these positions are gone.
Well, there's some NFL coaches that are going to be looking for college.
That's true too.
I mean, you got just like Belichick, what happened with him.
So. Well, I had said a couple weeks ago too. I said that my prime. I think this was on our midweek show that the prime candidate I would have for the University of Florida was Mike McDaniel.
Yes, yeah,
he just signed an extension with the Dolphins,
right?
Or not an extension. He's they said he would be on for the rest of the year and all kinds of stuff. So that didn't look like that's going to happen.
That's the voice of confidence that comes right before the pink slip.
Yeah, well, there you go. True. Rhett Lashley over at SMU. I think a lot of us expected him out of Arkansas because he's an Arkansas graduate. He just signed an extension this morning.
At SMU?
At SMU, yeah.
Yeah, but if Stark goes to the NFL, Texas is going to just write that check and move on.
Well, I think Sark goes after somebody bigger than Rhett Lashley. Or excuse me, I think Texas goes after somebody bigger than Rhett Lashley.
Like who?
I mean, it's one of the top jobs in the country.
I think it would be the top job.
I think LSU is still ranked ahead of them.
I don't think
really?
LSU. I don't
believe that.
I think the young buck in you is coming out when you say LSU is a better job than Texas.
I'm still saying I think LSU is probably a top 2 job in the country.
I would put
them in Ohio State. And
open job in the country.
No. All around. We talk about top 15 jobs for this group of 6 coaches that are coming up. They wait until they get that larger job. And they don't take anything less than the top 15 job in the country.
I think
I'd sit there and say that Texas and LSU are up at, or excuse me, I think LSU is up at 1 possibly. Okay, Ohio State 2, Texas is in that formidable 5 range in that
I
top
think I
5.
put Ohio State above LSU.
I would
all day
put
long.
Texas number one. I'd put Texas as the number one job in college football.
Tell me about the history of Texas.
It's
Besides the when during the mid
McCoy?
2000s, during the mid 2000s, you had Colt McCoy. I get that. Okay, mid 2000s. That's Texas history. Tell me before.
you're talking
Who's the other runner? Who's the other quarterback? I'm going blank on his name.
Vince Young.
Yeah, Vince Young.
Yeah, Vince Young.
You're
Okay.
talking
But other than that, so
you're
that's
talking about a state whose high school football teams have bigger stadiums than most of the Big Ten.
100%. But I still want to go back to investing into facilities.
You don't think Texas has the money to do that?
100% I do, but I don't think they're putting as much money up there as LSU.
I don't
Oh
think
my gosh.
LSU has put a lot of money since Nick left. Nick's the one that put in the lazy river.
Kelson. All my travels. Okay, what the fan derangement syndrome is the biggest in Texas. Okay, I've watched so much sports, listened to so much sports radio when I'm in Dallas. All right, I'm just saying is that you cannot sit there and say that Texas is the best programming in college football.
We'll get more to this on the other side. We're also going to get injury statuses on the other side, as well as Auburn looks like they're going to have a new starter today in their game. 7:30 a.m., 103.9 FM, Jocks Huntsville. Go follow us on the YouTube and Facebook, of course. Go hit us up on there. You can watch us on YouTube. You can share it. Go to your brother, your mother, your twin, your cousin, anybody listening here. Just go send it to them. And you can subscribe to us. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And it helps us out a lot. So we're going to be right back here. This is Off the Bench on 7:30 a.m., 103.9 FM, Jocks Huntsville. 7:30 a.m., 103.9 FM, Jocks, Huntsville. This is Off the Bench. We're live out here at the Kickin' for Dana charity kickball tournament here, having a wonderful time. Of course, talking about college football this morning and watching these phenomenal kickball games. I think they're professionals out here. Do we have professionals out here?
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro. Okay.
Yeah.
Semi-pro. Okay. That's what we're getting at. Okay. Of course, we're joined here by Mojo from WZYP. Mojo, you got a lot going on in your life.
Yeah, I mean, stay busy.
You do. You just stay busy. Of course, you got, another event coming up here soon. Bikes or Bust. It's a yearly event, right? And
yeah, 23rd year this year for Bikes or Bust, and we kick that off November 20th. I'll be up in the air in a contraption that I have built now. Used to be a scissor lift.
Yeah, I remember those days.
And we did that for about 18 years, I think. And then our corporate office in Atlanta found out we were doing that, and they said we couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Said it was dangerous. So I did it 1 year on the roof of Trash Panda Stadium, Toyota Field. And then after that, I came up with the idea of just having some folks build scaffolding up 40 feet in the air. And so I've done that for the last few years now, but we collect bicycles for children here in the Tennessee Valley.
Okay. Yeah. I knew that was coming up here in a couple of weeks. I used to be on the ground of that event. I think I worked that event on the ground 1 year. And checking in on the donations and stuff like that. But of course, that's a wonderful event. We're getting more out here in the charity space here in Huntsville, Alabama. And it's been great. It's been kind. We want to thank Dick Hine in Rocket City providing the food out here today. They got some great food, Hawaiian food, and it's really rocking over here to start this Saturday morning off. So we've been talking a little bit about the coach controversies around the country, how the course carousel is going and stuff like that. But injury news for today, it looks like Arch is playing. We got Superman back. Okay. Arch is playing.
Is it really going to do something for Texas? I mean, they're at home, right?
Yes, they are at home. It's talking about
you got Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah. The greatest program ever in Texas, taking on the Vanderbilt Commodores.
So can we make predictions on this or not?
Yes, the whole show is making predictions.
I want to know what everybody.
The whole show.
Let's talk Vandy in Texas here.
Go ahead and talk about it, right? All right. So, of course, Arch and concussion protocol, we've been waiting for this throughout the week to see how the line shifting and stuff like that. I think yesterday we were at 2.5.
We're at 3.5.
We're at 3.5 right now. With Arch being able to play, it looks like they've jumped up a little more. This Vanderbilt offense is based off explosive plays, really riding on Diego Pavia. They've beefed up that offensive line this year. They look better on offense, okay? Their defense, it's still doing work over there too. Texas has kind of struggled this year. Arch looks like he's coming back to the forefront, really back to what he was playing last year when he had all the guys around him from Texas, right? That were really doing work for him. It looks like he's trying to gain his form back. And a little bit like that, and with this injury barring, hopefully he can stay healthy today, because if he stays healthy, I think this can be a better matchup for Texas. But if he's not healthy, I think Vanderbilt's going to take advantage of that and really get explosive on offense.
All right, I'm about ready to really tick off football royalty here.
Oh, here we go. Alabama, Michigan. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you. In this game, Vanderbilt's got the better quarterback.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I 100% agree. You guys know my opinion on Arch. I think he's hype. I want to see him pull a Tim Tebow today and cry as he's walking off the field.
That's not happening.
Okay.
It's not happening. They're going to win that. Vanderbilt's going to win this game.
I was saying Arch. I want to see Arch crying.
Arch. I thought
saying I'm never going to lose to Vanderbilt again.
Yeah.
So we've discussed this I-65 road rage of traffic jam that's happening. Texas has been the little struggle bus that could.
Yes.
They beat Mississippi State because Mississippi State has the greatest ability in the history of college football to drag a loss out of the jaws of victory, as they have the last 3 games. Mississippi State should be 7-1 right now, which is insane for me to say that after winning 2 games last year. But Texas has been the little engine, the little struggle bus that could. This is the only one-loss SEC team that I think this game today is another one of those play-out games. If Vanderbilt wins, Texas is completely done. Write them off. They're out of the 25. Don't talk about them anymore. We can talk about SMU and Texas A&M and Baylor or whoever. But I think if Texas beats Vandy today, Vandy's out. Vandy's no longer a playoff contender.
You believe that? I mean, it would only be their second loss.
Correct. 100%. I think you lose to Texas today. I think the voters, the AP voters, which I know doesn't matter after Tuesday, but I think the committee is looking for a reason to say no to Vanderbilt.
Well, I think that's true, that they are looking for a reason to say no to Vanderbilt. But at the same time, I mean, with the quality of football that Vanderbilt's been playing, I think as long as they don't necessarily have to win, in my opinion, but I do believe they will. But I don't think that they have to win that game. I think that if they keep it tight, if it's close against Texas in the end, I think you're going to have a hard time keeping them out, to be quite honest. I mean, they're beating teams, by 20, 30 points.
So you think they come in at like the 12, the last team to get?
Yeah, I think they'd be on the cusp. They'd be right there. But I think that you'd have a hard time keeping a Cinderella story. I say Cinderella story
because it's Vanderbilt.
It's not necessarily, but it's Vanderbilt. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. So for them to go to the playoff, I think it's almost something that you want to see. I know I want to see it.
Well, the other reason I'll throw out that I think they would be out with the second loss to Texas is Notre Dame's going to be in, so that's going to take up a spot. Your group of 5 is going to take up a spot, so you're down to just 10 spots left.
Right.
We can sit here and argue all day. We know Ohio State and Indiana are in. The 2 teams that play for the SEC championship are in. So now you're only down to 6 teams left. Are you going to put a 2-loss Vandy, even if they're only 2 losses that are to Alabama and Texas, at Alabama, at Texas, over 2-loss Oklahoma, 2-loss Tennessee?
I think you put them over a 2-loss Tennessee. I'm just being honest.
Which they play each other at the end of the season. So you could be talking about a playoff game.
That's right. All right.
YouTube side, unfortunately, we did lose connection with the radio, so we just reestablished that real quick. We're going to go ahead and take this quick break real quick, and then we'll come back on the other side, a little bit longer to talk about. We'll try to get this thing back on schedule because we're already off the rails. So we'll go ahead and get to this break real quick, and then we'll be right back. This is Off the Bench. the audio up here. Yeah. 7:30 a.m. 1039 FM, Jocks, Huntsville. This is Off the Bench. Of course, we disconnected there for a second. We apologize. We're trying to get everything back on the tracks here. We were going through, Richie, if you'll remind me.
Vanderbilt in Texas,
as I got completely off track trying to deal with everything. So, this is kind of a play-out game is what we were leading for here on how everything is going to happen and how the traffic jam is shortly going to get less congested as the teams start taking the exit ramp off to, their nearest city and not towards the college football
Tuscaloosa
playoff.
is the only city, man.
Tuscaloosa, but college football playoffs not being played in Tuscaloosa unless Alabama were to not get that bye. But we're starting to see how everything is shaping up here now. But as we go further on this, I think y'all were taking the stance that you think that I know for sure Mojo thinks that Vanderbilt's really going to take control in this game and pretty much going to take Texas out of it.
Well, I mean, hopeful thinking, obviously. I mean, that's what I want to happen. But I actually looking at it, as they, line up head to head and how they line up, I just believe that not only do they have the better quarterback in this matchup, but I believe the fire in them is more rampant than it is on the Texas side. I just believe that.
So what's Vandy's the age of the quarterback? What are we talking here at this point? Is he 26, 27?
He is an older guy.
Yeah, he's in his how many years of eligibility, and he just applied for another year or something like that?
Well, according to him, it is not for him, it's for other JUCO athletes. But I've never heard of a quarterback, especially with the thinking skills of Johnny Manziel, thinking of other people. That's not a hit on Pavia. Just saying, that's just from what I perceive from standing, 2 hours away from him.
What you're saying is, heaven forbid me do something that also helps me.
Yes.
Well, I mean, come on. I think we all have a bit of that in us.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think that all of us want to help not all of us, but many of us want to help other people. And if there's something in it for ourselves at the same time, I mean, why not? I mean, I just think that that's human nature. That's the way that we are.
Says the guy who gets up in a 40-foot scaffold. And
I spent 5 days up there, man, 4 nights. And I can tell you it is. And I tell people this too, that it's my favorite event that I do every year for the results.
Yes.
My least favorite event of the year because of what I have to do. But make no mistake. And I don't do it because there's anything in there for me, but there is something in there for me. I mean, you don't do something for 23 years and not get a little recognition out of that. And not get a little, there's praise here and there. And I don't do it for that reason, but it comes along with it. So I'm just saying that human nature, we do things like that. And even if it's just a byproduct of it, you get a little bit something in yourself.
Seeing the other people smile and being happy and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
But, going back to this Vandy game, you made the comment that Vandy's got the better quarterback. I think Vandy has the better offense.
No, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. But it's driven by that quarterback.
Correct.
Yes, of course. Okay, as we go further into this, we're going to jump back into the games here real quick. We still have Miami SMU, the biggest cocktail party in the South, happening later tonight. And, of course, Oklahoma and Tennessee. But I do want to jump into the argument that has kind of surfaced throughout this past week. Who is the better team right now, Texas A&M or Alabama? We're getting into this not only for SEC rankings, but for the college football playoff, it seems like there's a flip between 3 and 4 right now. Who is 3, who is 4, and who should be on those rankings?
I think you could even argue who should be second. I think when the poll comes out Tuesday, assuming nothing crazy happens today in the horseshoe, I think Texas A&M is your 2 seed when the poll comes out Tuesday. I think Texas A&M, with no losses on the schedule, they're going to give them the one up, as you would, and put them as the 2 seed.
But the argument I could make with you here is we heard from the committee last year before the start of the season saying we're going to put a bigger emphasis on strength of record, strength of schedule, and that stuff like that.
Yes.
Texas A&M hasn't really played their outright tough schedule yet. Alabama has been through the gauntlet. We're talking 4 ranked wins in a row.
which has never been done in the
Yeah.
SEC.
And Oregon, or excuse me, not Oregon on this. Well, we could make the same argument with Oregon, but the team that beat them, Indiana, have only played
Yes.
Oregon.
Like
Oregon's
Alabama
best win is Penn State. Well, yes, Oregon's best win is Penn State.
which is, what does that say? So
nothing right now.
Here's my thing. I think the committee keeps that little nugget of information about the strength of schedule in their back pocket, so that if we have a situation like we did at the end of last season, they can go, oh, well, the reason we're putting in Alabama over SMU is because when it was all said and done, Alabama's strength of schedule was more difficult than SMU's, and they can use that at the very end when people are like, oh, well, you can't jump this team over that team or this over that because they didn't play or they did play, or you can't take it out because they played a 13th game and they didn't. And I think the committee is going to keep that little trump card, up their sleeve to go, oh, but their strength of schedule was number 4 in the country. That's just my.
Are they really keeping it up their sleeve, though? I mean, it's something that's obvious. I mean, everybody knows.
Yes, but I think with the first few polls that come out, they're not going to talk about it as much. It's going to be, oh, Texas A&M is undefeated, so they're number 2. They're the undefeated team in the second best conference is how they're going to word it, or something to that nature. And as the season progresses, every week when that Tuesday comes out, it's as this traffic jam hopefully clears up some. There's no guarantee that it does. I mean,
we're going to get down to 13 teams like last year.
Yes.
And then one team is going to be a weird team that gets left out. Last year with
BYU.
Alabama. Or BYU could be on that list as well, right, this year.
You asked the question when you opened this segment, which is the better team right now? Okay. What argument can anybody make who's the better team right now? Bama just won 4 straight top 25 games. They still have another top 25 game on their schedule. With Oklahoma.
The hit back would be Bama just played a close game with South Carolina. Granted, it was in South Carolina, but that shouldn't have been a close game. Determined, especially when you look at the rankings, South Carolina is unranked. Beamer has not had a good October down there in South Carolina. So, to me, the argument would be Bama shouldn't have played a close game with South Carolina, and Lenore Sellers completely tried to take that game over, and he did successfully until the last 3 minutes of the game. So when you bring that argument to comparison here, Bama may have done that, but now they're back on the downward spiral.
Now let's reverse that argument and go back to A&M.
Yeah.
What I mean, tell me what you've done for me lately, other than beating, minor league programs, mid majors.
Well, you just took out LSU's head coach, which can be something to say. They did it on the road in Death Valley as they were the number 20th ranked team in the country.
Okay. All right. I can't argue with you on that piece of it. Okay. You asked the question, who's the best team right now? Okay. And I'm a little jaded. Okay. I cannot say that I'm not jaded. And I would say probably at least maybe 4 for 4 here would be jaded as well, leaning towards Alabama. But
all right,
who's the best team right now?
So according to those, Terry Benedict's casinos, your odds-on favorite to win the national championship right now, Ohio State's at plus 225. Second is Indiana at plus 600. That's almost 3 times more. Third at plus 800 is Alabama. Texas A&M is 4th at plus 1,000. And just for the fun of the radio this morning, Notre Dame is number 5 at plus 1,100.
Notre Dame still has a good chance to get the college football playoff, even with those 2 losses.
They're 100% in.
Yes, which I thought may be an issue down the stretch because they're independent status. But it's 2 close losses to 2 very good teams.
That'll be most likely it's Miami and Texas A&M, which will most likely be, in my opinion, hopefully the loser of the SEC championship game, and probably the winner of the ACC championship game.
Yeah.
Where does Notre Dame finish rank wise?
When it's all said and done, 8th.
They'll be top 10.
So they'll be
I think
top
8th.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're in that realm.
They had those 2 losses, but I mean, other than that, and what's left in their schedule?
No, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, and I keep coming back to Indiana. I still look at Indiana as this basketball school. It's so hard for me to look at Indiana as a football school, but also recognize, and we talked about the strength of schedule. Again, Indiana's schedule this year, they're playing that bottom tier of the Big Ten. Okay. They beat Illinois. Okay. And they slaughtered Illinois. Okay, but other than that, they still got. Are they playing Ohio State? I don't even.
No, they do not play Ohio State to the championship game.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I think Ohio State will expose Indiana in that championship game.
So the question that'll come up from that is, if you were correct, which a lot of people believe so, is in that championship game, if Ohio State just runs all over Indiana, how far down do they fall at that point?
Well,
Because how much do you weigh the loser of a championship game? They won their way into playing that game.
Yeah.
How much do you
That's a good
punish them for that?
Yeah, we've seen this argument before with playing in these championship games, SEC, ACC, Big Ten. Do you punish the loser? Okay, but I'll still, we talked about this last the midweek show. The Big Ten probably gets 3 teams in?
At least 2. The third would be an argument if Oregon runs the table.
It's Oregon.
Yeah.
Would be the third team, and then Indiana and Ohio State.
Yes. To answer your question about Notre Dame, Navy next week at Pitt.
Isn't Navy undefeated?
Yes.
but it's still
and,
Navy.
and unranked.
But the issue, we're going to have this issue again, like we did last year, is the final college football playoff rankings come out
the week before
the Army Navy game.
Yeah.
Okay. So I make this argument again. This is where Army Navy needs to be week 0 football.
Yes.
And that should be the standalone game. I get tradition. The tradition, unfortunately, is not going to fit into the new world of college football, and the date has to be changed.
Here's the fun conversation for you.
Yeah.
Navy beats Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Goes undefeated in the American Conference. They're the American Conference. They play the American Conference championship game that Saturday before the final playoff comes out on Sunday. The following Saturday, they play Army in the Army-Navy game. They could already be in the playoff and have to play another game before they go
potentially lose it
and
Yeah.
potentially lose to Army.
Yeah.
And then have to go on the road to, let's say they have to go on the road to Kyle Field or on the road to Eugene, Oregon. Like, you're talking that, please let that happen.
7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. 103.9 FM. Jocks Huntsville. This is Off the Bench. Look, we still got a lot to get to this morning. Of course, we got ACC play, SMU in Miami, the biggest cocktail party in the South. The question mark of what we're going to see versus with Penn State and Ohio State today. Is it a trap game for Ohio State? We'll wait and see. We've got this weird mobile bar cart over here that I am fascinated with. And we might have to partake in later. But I don't know. Just a
Allegedly.
allegedly fun time out here at the Kick It for Dana charity kickball tournament. Watching some kickball, hanging out, supporting Dana as she bravely fights through her breast cancer. And we're just here to support it. But this is 7:30 a.m., 103.9 FM, Jocks Huntsville. We'll be back on the other side.
The company wants to make money. You make that money, you're safe.
$7:30 a.m. 103.9 FM, Jocks Huntsville. This is Off the Bench. We're out here at the Kickin' for Dana charity kickball tournament. Of course, sitting over here to my left, we got Mojo from WZYP, and I think he's blended right in, having a fun time.
Oh, I'm having a great time. I appreciate you guys, you inviting me. A little chilly, but other than that, everything's great.
It is. It's like the first crisp fall. I remember talking at the beginning of the season. We were talking about how it was still really hot, and we were just waiting for that first crisp fall air. It hit like a truck today.
Yes.
It hit last night.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I woke up this morning, woke up at about 6 o'clock, and I had the window open in my room because it got hot last night. And I woke up and it was freezing cold. I was like, "What is this? What we're looking forward to today?"
You said week 0 that it was starting to. That you said that was the beginning of the holiday season.
It was,
and,
yes.
And last night the holiday season came in with a tear. It's supposed to be back up into the 70s by next week, so don't get too excited. Don't put all your short sleeves up yet.
We are technically in the holiday season now. If you ask most people, we just passed Halloween, right? So we're not quite Christmas season.
All you got to do is go to the big box stores around here, and you'll definitely feel like it's
very
Christmas
true
right now.
Yeah, you
Christmas
will feel
for
like that.
A month and a half at some of them.
Well, yeah. I mean, you go to Hobby Lobby, it's been Christmas since last July. So.
Yes, it has been.
2025, July 2025.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we were talking in the break. Me and Richie were talking about what's going to come between the how do we put this game? The worst bowl, the in the SEC, Auburn, Kentucky today.
Don't you think it's a little early to talk about that game?
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, Auburn's got a new coach. I mean, we'll see how he does.
Is Richie playing with me right now?
Did Auburn's coach get fired?
Bruce Pearl stepped down so that his son could run the program. I mean,
are we talking basketball now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Richie's.
He's playing.
What just happened?
I was like, whoa, where are we going to this?
I mean,
now?
that's the only thing these two programs care about right now is basketball, isn't it? So,
Well, after Kentucky
wrong.
lost, Kentucky basketball with 2 seconds on Kentucky basketball, they won. They beat the number 1 team in the country in the first exhibition, and then turned around and lost to Georgetown the other night.
the Hoyas.
The Hoyas.
I'm sorry. Are we still talking football?
Okay, let's go back to football.
Okay, sorry.
Ashton Daniels.
You weren't wrong though.
I'm not. I mean, I'm sorry, but
You confused all of us.
Yes, you did. Ashton
Billy said the
Daniels.
name, and then I got it. I knew what he was saying.
Ashton Daniels has been labeled the starter for Auburn today against Kentucky. Maybe we'll see some offense work from Auburn today.
so, new point guard, basically,
New
quarterback.
point guard, basically.
Man, our boy, our beloved Auburn fan, oh my gosh, is crying right now with all of us, all this trash talking we're doing with Auburn.
I'm sorry. I'm not. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's okay. They'll get a win today against
This is once again. I said it last week. They have to win this game to go to a bowl game. So, is Hugh Freeze trying to coach to keep his job?
100% he is.
Because he's really only just one win away from keeping his job.
Well, the problem
that's
is
the last
is
one.
Auburn. I think Auburn wants to get into the sweepstakes of Lane Kiffin. They want to get into the sweepstakes of possibly John Gruden. There was a lot of
one of those things. Is that no? There's
I'm
no
just
way.
saying that they have wanted to get into these sweepstakes, but they're tied into Hugh Freeze, and they don't have a specific reason to fire him yet.
That's a lot of yellow wood to try to get either one of those two men onto your campus.
Well, I mean, Gruden has said he wanted to coach in the SEC.
He did, but I think a more formidable spot for him would probably be Kentucky or Mississippi State.
I would have said Mississippi State.
I would have
probably
too,
be a
but
spot
Lebby
for
has
Gruden to
had
be
a lot of success this year, and I don't think they're going to let go of Lebby anytime soon.
I wouldn't say that out loud. I know a lot of Mississippi State folks.
Unless
they are-
Lebby,
They are very unhappy with the way he's coached the last 3 weeks.
they are, and they're really unhappy with the loss last week against Texas.
Up 17 with 6 to play or something like
Yes.
that.
I know Brandon Walker of Barstool Sports was not happy.
No.
That was very, very visually upset from him. But of course, a lot of games today. We still have to talk about the biggest cocktail party in the South coming up in the next hour. Richie, we are going to lose you in the second hour.
My apologies.
It's okay. We'll get your pick'ems in.
So I got to go back to this
here.
Kentucky thing real quick. Kentucky
Yes.
always gets one big win every year. It seems like they always find a way to do it. So the guy that likes to wear his hefty lefty Lorenzen jersey every once in a while, I'm calling Kentucky over Auburn right now.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna second that.
We got doubled down here.
I'm gonna second
Kentucky
it.
over Auburn
The old men
already
are both
today
going with
here.
that one.
Man, all right.
And
then.
Auburn misses a bowl game.
Auburn misses a bowl game. Well,
I'm with you, brother. I'm
we
there
also
with
had
you.
some football last night. Bill Belichick was essentially, he finally picked some stuff up, and Gio Lopez helped them out in that aspect. They got the win last night. This is 7:30 a.m. 103.9 FM, Jocks Huntsville. We'll be right back.
We still on YouTube?